A lot of people feel like they're just not good at learning languages, but most of the time, it's not about the ability, it's the method. Maybe you've set aside the time, signed up for a program, and then right away, you're stuck with lessons that don't match how you actually plan to use the language. So in this video, I want to go over 2 language learning programs that take very different paths to get you there. Babbel and Pimsleur. I've spent time with both, and they each have their own way of teaching, which makes for a very different experience depending on what kind of learner you are. Pimsleur focuses more on listening and speaking, so right from the start, you're learning full conversations, repeating phrases out loud, and getting comfortable with the sound and rhythm of the language. Babbel is a bit more structured. It leans into short lessons with reading, writing, and day-to-day vocabulary built in. What I'll do is walk you through how each program works in practice and who they're best suited for, and hopefully help you figure out which one fits your learning style best, so you can actually stick with it long enough to see real progress. Alright, let's start with some key tips that can make a big difference when you're just starting out. First, it's important to create a routine, set realistic goals, and embrace mistakes. Another thing is consistency, that is key in language learning. So even if you could only dedicate 10 to 15 minutes a day, that's enough to build momentum, which makes it easier to get into the habit. And before you know it, it'll become part of your daily routine. Learning a new language means stepping out of your comfort zone, and mistakes are just part of the process. The more comfortable you get with making mistakes, the more confident you'll become. Remember, each mistake is a chance to learn something new, so don't let it hold you back. Now, starting with Pimsleur, it's been around for decades, and the whole idea with Pimsleur is that it's built around audio. Everything happens through listening and speaking, so you're not stuck staring at a screen. You're actually training your ear and your mouth at the same time, which makes it feel closer to how you'd pick up a language in real life. Each course has 30 lessons, so you'll be listening, repeating, answering prompts, and putting sentences together out loud. That daily rhythm of speaking is what gets your brain to respond naturally. And since it's hands-free, you can do it while driving, walking, or just getting things done around the house. What I did was download the lessons and listen on my drive to work. Service wasn't always great on that route, but with everything saved offline, it worked fine, and I'd usually finish a whole lesson by the time I pulled into the office. The lessons all follow the same structure, and that consistency is what really helps everything stick. Over time, though, it can start to feel a bit repetitive since the scenarios and voices don't change much, and you also don't get much grammar here. And that's on purpose. So if your goal is building confidence out loud, this makes perfect sense for you. Now, if you go with a premium plan, you'll get some extras like flashcards, quizzes, speak easy transcripts, and their voice coach that basically listens to your pronunciation and gives you real-time feedback. And if you're someone who wants more than one language, they also have an all-access option. That one gives you all 51 languages and updates automatically whenever new lessons get added. In total, Pimsleur covers 51 languages plus 14 English courses. Now, as for the price, it's pretty straightforward. It's $150 per language for lifetime access. That gives you all 30 lessons, all the premium features, and the program on both mobile and the web. And they do have a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. Overall, Pimsleur works best if you like learning by listening, want to build speaking confidence, and need something that fits into your daily routine. And if you're interested in Pimsleur, there's a link down in the description. We usually have discounts there that don't always show up on their main website, so it's worth checking out. Moving on to Babbel, this takes a different approach. Instead of being all audio, Babbel mixes reading, writing, listening, and speaking into short lessons that take about 10 to 15 minutes. That makes it easy to squeeze into your day, whether it's over coffee in the morning or right before bed. They've got 14 languages to pick from. That's not as many as Pimsleur, but each one's been built by actual language experts and recorded with native speakers, so it feels polished. The lessons are split into levels, beginner through advanced, and they mix in grammar, vocabulary, and everyday conversations. You'll also see extras for things like travel or culture, which makes it feel a little more flexible depending on what you're learning for. The program itself uses a lot of variety. You'll be filling in blanks, matching words, typing answers, or repeating phrases out loud. It keeps you moving instead of just memorizing. And the review system uses spaced repetition, so the program brings words back right before you're about to forget them. If grammar usually trips trips you up, there's also a built-in guide with examples to help make the rules easier. Now, cost-wise, here's how it works. If you just want to try it out for a month, it's about $18. If you're ready to stick with it longer, the 3-month plan drops to around $15 a month, and the 6-month plan brings it down to about $13. But the best value is the annual plan, which costs around $9 a month when you pay up front. And if you know you'll be using it long-term, or maybe you want to learn more than one language, there's also a lifetime option for about $300. That's one payment and you get everything forever. Every plan also comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out and cancel it if it's not for you. But just keep in mind, 14 languages is a little limited compared to other programs, and the quality can vary a bit depending on which one you pick. And while it's great for grammar and structure, it doesn't push speaking practice as much as Pimsleur does. So here's the big picture. If you're the kind of person who learns best by hearing and speaking, especially if you're short on time or want to study while doing other stuff, Pimsleur really stands out. It's focused, hands-free, and helps you actually speak the language in real situations. But if you prefer a more structured approach, where you can see your progress, go at your own pace, and mix in reading, grammar, and cultural context, Babbel gives you that full learning experience. It's clear, organized, and flexible enough to work around your schedule. At the end of the day, though, both are solid tools. It just comes down to how you learn best. And again, if you're interested in either one, I left some discount links in the description below. That should help you save a little more than going directly through their website. And hey, if you found this helpful, a thumbs up is always appreciated. And if you've got any questions about Babbel or Pimsleur or language learning in general, drop those in the comments and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.